Welcome to the broadcast. My name is John Mayfield, the real estate tech guy, and thank you so much for joining. It's great to have you here on a quick, short uh, real estate math video clip that I want to do for you today. Also, doing some experimenting with some new tools that I have here. As you can see, we're able to bring up the lower thirds when we want to and do some other cool things. So I'm going to get right into my iPad, and I want to kind of show you a question here, and then we're going to go right into this math problem and take a look at this. So rent was $660 on a property with a value of $84,000. Now, a woman calculated the GRM. This is the gross rent multiplier. And the question says she calculated it to the nearest tenth. She then applied this to another piece of property renting for $680. What would be the total value of the property? Okay, so we always like math, don't we? Now, I teach a T problem throughout the course for the students, and a lot of schools teach the T problem, so I did not invent it. It's just one that I was taught years ago, and I like it. It works really well. And I use it all the time. In fact, I have to tell you, when I was taking some of the certified commercial investment member courses, and those were some of the best classes I ever took, I learned more through those CCIM classes, I think, than I ever learned in all of my college experience, including my master's degree. Not that college wasn't worth the experience, but I'm just telling you, those CCIM courses were amazing on calculating cash flows and internal rates of return. But it was fascinating to me because I was teaching pre-license at the time, and I was able to take those, the T problem, and I could look at those questions and just zip right through all of the problems. So the T problem works. Take your time, figure it out. I'm going to go over it with you right now, just so you'll be able to understand that. But the one thing I want to caution you regarding the T problem is with gross rent multiplier. And let me just kind of explain how that works. With the T problem, I'm going to just come over here to another page. Whenever we're doing a T problem, this is what I mean. We have a multiplication sign and a division sign like this. We put the part on top. We put total here. And we put percent or the rate over here. Now, I know we say part. Here's what I want you to remember. It's always the smaller number, okay? So we're looking for the smaller number here. The total, you're looking for the bigger number. So let's just, let's take an easy example that if you were going to list your home and you charged, or you were selling it for $100,000, and the broker was going to charge you 7% commission. We remember commissions are always negotiable. Well, we're solving for the amount of commission, right? What is the commission that will be due the broker? Well, we know that's going to be smaller, right? So then we just have to really look at our math symbols to say, what do? Well, we take the 100,000, we multiply it times 7%, but we're going to move our decimal over. So this will be 0.07. And from here at 0.07, we just multiply 100,000 times 0.07, and we get what? $7,000. That's correct. So that is the commission, $7,000. That's how we work the T problem. We just always have to remember, put that smaller number on top, the bigger number on the bottom. Well, here we're working a gross rent multiplier. And the formula, the only time we have to change it is now, okay? The bigger number on gross rent multipliers goes on top, not the smaller number. So let me show you that. Let's go back over here to our problem. And by the way, this is a classic real estate test question. They want you to work one problem, get the answer, and then work another problem. So when we read this, and I'm just going to pick a different color pencil out, and I'm going to draw out my T problem. Now remember, we're flipping it. The bigger number is going to go on top. Why? Because we're working a gross rent multiplier problem. So in this case, rent was $660 on a property with a value of $84,000. So remember, I said we have to flip on the gross rent multiplier. The bigger number now goes on top, just on the gross rent multipliers. So if we divide 84,000 and we divide that by 660, and by the way, I forgot to put my division. That's why we're dividing. And this always goes in first. Always put when you're dividing like that, always put your top number in first. 84,000. What does our math tell us to do? The math symbol now is a division. So when we divide 84,000 by 660, I get 127.27. Now, it wants you, if you'll look at the problem here, it says she then calculated it to the nearest tenth. Well, the tenth is these two over here. So if you calculated it to the nearest tenth, it would be 127.3. You'd just round up to the 0.3, okay? Now we're going to work our second T problem. Put our math symbols on here. This time the rent is $680. And she applied it to this property that rents for $680. So we're going to put 127.3 because they want to know the value of the property. And remember, the value is going to go on top now. So we're just solving for the top. So what does our math tell us to do? It tells us to multiply. So if I'm going to take my 127.27 time, well, actually, I'm going to clear that out because remember, I'm glad I caught that. I did that correctly. So I almost did it incorrectly in my phone or on my computer, my calculator. 127.3 times 680, that's the rent she's applied it to. So the answer is 86,564. And so the answer is B. All right. That is a classic problem you will probably see on the real estate test. Now, I know these questions kind of freak me out too, because you're thinking, okay, what do I have to do? But I want you to remember this. You have to work one problem, and the answer that you get in that problem will allow you to plug that into the remaining information in the question to work the second T problem to get the answer that you need. Now they threw a little something else in there, rounding up to the nearest tenth. So read the questions carefully. I always tell my students, read the questions 3 times. You've got to read the questions and the answers 3 times. They're testing you and checking you and making sure that you're going to be a great real estate agent. And hey, you are, right? So I want you to know that. Well, I want to remind you to subscribe to our Global Real Estate School channel and click the bell. That way, when I'm doing more videos, you'll be able to be notified about the new videos. We'd love for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check us out at globalrealestateschool.com. We have some great tools over there. And I was talking to some folks yesterday from Pennsylvania. I get calls from people all over the United States because they're finding out about my real estate exam coach and that it can help you pass the national portion of the test. It works in all 50 states. You can go to globalrealestateschool.com and find it there, or you can go to myrealestateexamcoach.com. Well, again, I'm John Mayfield, the real estate tech guy. Thank you so much for joining us. Check us out at Global Real Estate School. We'd love for you to subscribe. Be sure and check out our podcast. We've got some great things going on over there as well. As always, I want you to go out and make it a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.